All right, let's do this. Let's see if we can. I just want to make it to the airport. Okay. Radars, spoilers, flaps, ground services, ground objects. We're just going to pull them away. Engine covers are pulled away. We're going to start the GPU. Man, that looks good. All right, so next step. Before I do this, weight balance. Let's go ahead and pull it out of the flight plan. Or configuration, so we're good there.
All units okay. No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. Left. Brake.
Let's just get this right. No takeoff, huh? Okay. All right. All right.
No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. Left. Brake.
Ugh.
No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff.
Well, here's the thing.
No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. No takeoff. No takeoff. No takeoff. No takeoff. No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. Left. Brake. No takeoff. 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 No takeoff.
My hardware throttle was on, that's why it was doing that. My throttle was right there at the gust position. So I was being fussed at by my plane. It's like, dude, stop that, dude, stop that. Now, where was I? Hold on. I'm looking right here. This APU is up to 86, 88, 90. So it's about there. Okay. We're in takeoff config, by the way, there. Honey flower. It's taken a bit, but yeah. I don't think I'm going to go any further. I think some of the guys have gotten really crazy. I don't gotta go as far as them, but I like. I have a MSD for a 737. I do have the radio and my other controls, but I'm probably about there. And I like having the iPad set up here, so I do like that. Okay. All right, we're going to load our flight plan. Tried a CRJ 700 flight earlier, and I froze up. It's not the first time it's happened, so I'm just hoping for a nice, smooth, safe flight where it doesn't freeze up. And that was the best CRJ 700 flight I think I've ever had. It just, I was able to get through with everything. It was working. So that was aggravating when it froze up. Okay. Well, too far. Hold on. I'm looking for RDU. You see it before I do, let me know. KJQF. Oh, that's KJF. BGR KFJ RORD. There he is. There it is. Oh, RDU. That's us. And our departure is going to be give that. So basically I just modified it. I'm not in the CRJ, I'm in the ERJ145 XR model aircraft now for this. Okay, we're still going out on 22 right, that's good. Taking the JFK 5, that's us. And for our arrival, we'll be coming in on 23 left looks like everything's already set for that. Okay. Approach, star, ZJ, Tockley. That is correct. Okay. Climb at 270, cruise at 300, descent at 270. Okay. Cruise altitude on this flight is, drum roll please, 320. Okay, good. And our fuel, we're gonna tap that button one. That's gonna load the 675, and then we'll tap again. Okay. And our takeoff performance, we'll enter that. Hold on a second now. Winds are 19322, 19322 knots. Sorry, had a brain fart. 22 knots. And temp is 17. QNH is 2985. And we'll compute that. Send that to the aircraft. Bam. Okay. We want to go to no, that's not what I wanted. Takeoff. Sorry, I had a brain fart there for a minute. We'll be good. Condition of runway is very dry. And we're loaded. Takeoff initiate is done. We're going to set flaps to 9. I think I got something off. It automatically will come off. Let's check our egg departure. Let's remove the discontinuity. The as assigned right there, I just don't need it. So I'm going to say delete that. Put RDU there. ILS. And that's Tockley's G. Addison, go ahead and get our IFR clearance.
I'll get out IFR clearance from clearance now.
Kennedy clearance, Endeavour 5150. We'd like to receive our IFR clearance. We have Lima.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Okay, take off 1 right there. Okay.
Endeavour 5150, Kennedy clearance, cleared to Raleigh. Radar vectors wavy, then is filed. Climb and maintain 5000. Expect flight level 32010 minutes after departure. Departure on 135.9 or squawk 6355.
Hey, Captain,
Expect
let me know where
runway
you want this
22 right.
Cleared to Raleigh. Radar vectors wavy.
Great news,
then
Captain.
as
Your
filed.
tow's coming.
Climb and maintain 5000. Expect flight level 32010 minutes after departure. Departure on 135.9. Squawk 6355. Expect runway 22 right. Endeavour 5150.
Endeavour 5150, read back correct.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect. We got that winching strap and adapter hooked up. Go ahead and let go of the parking brake when you're ready for a push. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, we'll go for engine 2. Shed buses are set. See if I did something wrong there. Not.
Ladies and gentlemen, buenas tardes. On behalf of Endeavour Air and the entire crew, my name is Alejandra Morales, and we would like to welcome you aboard Flight 5150, departing from John F. Kennedy International Airport and heading to Raleigh-Durham International Airport. We kindly ask that you take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to any member of our crew. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Okay, that was good. Good. Let's check our overhead out here. So, okay. Blades on. Hit the APU stop button, let it start its process.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Off. Hydraulics on. All is dark except for the windshield wipers. Rule of thumb, dark cockpit, okay. Addison, please get our taxi clearance. Our deja vu taxi
I'll contact
clearance.
ground for our taxi clearance now.
5,000 a set. Got our speed set here to 240 knots.
Kennedy ground, Endeavour 5150, ready to taxi. We have Lima.
Endeavour 5150, Kennedy ground, runway 22 right taxi via Victor Alpha, Alpha, Delta Bravo, Yankee Alpha, Echo, hold short of runway 31 right, then Echo.
Runway 22 right. Victor Alpha, Alpha, Delta Bravo, Yankee Alpha, Echo, hold short of runway 31 right, then Echo, Endeavour 5150.
Looks good. Make sure everything looks like it's supposed to here.
Takeoff, okay.
So my setup, or what I use just to, for these, is I keep an iPad set to my left, which keeps up with Navigraph, all the settings. To my right is my throttle quadrant, pedals on the floor. I have an MSD in front of me that's made just for that. That one's made just for the 737, but you can't use it for anything else. It doesn't transcend. It doesn't go to other aircrafts. And I have a radio. So radio, I think I picked the radio up for a pretty decent price. Okay. Addison, do the takeoff briefing.
Here's our takeoff briefing. We'll be departing from runway 22 right. We'll be flying the wavy departure with an initial climb clearance to 5,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile with radar vectors to wavy, then as filed, climbing to flight level 320. Weather at departure shows winds 180 at 20 gusting 29er, visibility 10 miles, and a few
Endeavour
clouds at
5150, cross runway
7,000.
31 right.
In the event of an engine failure
Cross
below
runway
400,
31 right,
we'll
Endeavour
continue straight ahead
5150.
and follow ATC instructions.
Crossing runway
Above
31
400,
right,
we'll
Endeavour
follow the engine out
5150.
SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We have been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 6355, and departure frequency will be 135.9er. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Okay.
Approaching runway 22 right.
I think landing lights are going to be on overhead. Whoa. Addison, I think we're ready for takeoff clearance. We have our landing lights on and chronometers reset. We're ready to go.
I've requested takeoff clearance from tower.
Endeavour 5150, holding short of runway 22 right, ready for takeoff.
Endeavour 5150, Kennedy Tower, runway 22 right, winds 180 at 20, gusting 29er. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
You heard that. We're to initially fly runway heading. So I'm going to get straightened out here on the runway and synchronize my heading.
Runway 22 right, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff. Endeavour 5150.
There we go. Heading is synced. Full toga. 80 knots. I called that a little early, sorry. Rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
Endeavor 5150.
New York departure, Endeavour 5150. Good evening, climbing through 2000.
Endeavor 5150, New York departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 15,000, turn left heading 130, vectors to wavy, then on course.
15,000.
Climb and maintain 15,000. Left heading 130, vectors to wavy, then on course. Endeavour 5150.
All right, I'm going to go to
5150, contact New York departure on 125.7.
FMS.
Switching to New York.
Nav.
New York departure, Endeavour 5150. Good evening, with you 3500.
Endeavor 5150, New York departure. Good evening, New York, altimeter 2982.
That is so cool.
2982. Endeavour 5150.
We're at 240 knots right now. It should hold speed. On a VNAV, I'm on a flight level change, FLC climb. Still my responsibility to monitor it, but it should not peak out. It should not go above 250 knots. We have hit climb. Part of what you do is we put our throttle to the climb setting, hit climb, and that's where we are right now. We're about 240 knots.
5150, direct wavy, then as filed, please.
Direct wavy, then as filed. Endeavour 5150.
Direct wavy, got it. And we're on the climb out and departure out of JFK. We're over the water right now.
Climb and maintain flight level 270. Endeavour 5150.
270. And we just hit 10,000. Landing lights are coming off. And taxi.
Dear guests, buenas tardes. We are pleased to inform you that the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight with Endeavor Air.
Okay, climbing out. Okay, it's great. Everything. Smooth. This is smooth aircraft. Like it's really fun. I think it's fun to fly, fun to land. It's more like, I guess it really is kind of a sports car. You can feel it when you're. It's not like a Boeing or Airbus. You can't get a feel for it. This you can. That never reset. All right, we're on a steady climb right now. Our next procedure or whatever is we'll go to standard QNH setting 29902. That'll happen in about 5,000 feet. Just started using.
5150, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320. Endeavour 5150.
All right, we're on nav. We're on following the flight plan. We're at 290 knots. I'm at a climb thrust on flight level change, so we should probably stay around 290 on the climb. It's actually
5150, contact New York Center on 121.125.
Actually, it's pretty impressive.
New York Center on 121.125. Endeavour 5150. New York Center, Endeavour 5150. Good afternoon, 16,000 for flight level 320.
Endeavour 5150, New York Center, good afternoon.
All right, we're it's not much for us to do at the moment, but the aircraft is functioning flawlessly, short of me having a plug-in freeze up. It's a really good flight. I don't know what the variables were, but on the CRJ 700 and the 900, I've actually had freeze ups on the way. And yeah, sure. Do I push it? Yeah, I do. I've got map enhancements running right now. I have SimHeaven running. Airport enhancement package is running, and I like it. It works, but it's just certain aircraft. That older aircraft that it kind of, I don't know what it's doing. It just messes up or freezes up. ChatGPT sometimes can help with a diagnosis, and sometimes it can't. But that's what I do usually. The minute I have any sort of issue, I'll bring up ChatGPT, tell it, give me some ideas, a diagnosis, and it usually comes back with some like relevant answers. It tells me, yeah, you need to check this, you need to check that. It works well. Got no complaints with it. It's guys does what it's supposed to. It's good. Total flight time is, I think, only about 1 hour and 5 minutes. We should be making a turn right now, and we are. And we're already only 363 miles outside of Raleigh. I'm going to go ahead and get my runway information. We're coming in on 23 left. The localizer, or let's say it's 1085, and course heading is 234, but 1085. And a couple of places we can put this in. I'll just put it in right here. Wait, you know what? Let's do it this way. If I go to tune nav 1, I can put in 108.50. 108.50. And now if you look over here, it's set up here, over here too. So the ILS is set for our arrival. You notice it's in a couple of different places. You see it, the nav 1 here. You see it down here. When I change it, it changes here. So you have it like, you can't say you can't find where you're supposed to put it in. Shout out to Fly Live Studio. because I finally figured out how to put in the information sequence on the top, across the top banner that I like. I think I had not really used it, and I tell you what, it's heavy XPU IPC intensive. In other words, what it takes to make it work, but it's neat because I can put all the relevant information up there. There's actually supposed to be a progress bar, and that I have not fully figured out yet. Progress bar. Somebody knows it out there. Drop me a message on it if you know more about that progress bar. I just haven't figured out how to make it work. I know it interfaces with my XP IPC, but I haven't figured out exactly how to make it work. We're at 220 knots right now. 210, 220, no, 219, 220. As soon as we reach flight level, I have to go back to cruise setting. There we go. I'm going to cut back on the throttle here. Or no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut back to cruise.
Endeavor 5150, contact Washington Center on 128.3.
Contacting Washington Center on 128.3.
Heading
Endeavor
bug.
5150.
I like that heading bug. That's small things that fascinate me. I like just being able to hit it.
Washington Center,
Lines it up.
Endeavor 5150. Good afternoon. Climbing through flight level 340.
Endeavor 5150, Washington Center, good afternoon.
Dear guests, buenas tardes. The cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. We invite you to enjoy our popular selections, including our delicious coffee and refreshing fruit juices. After the service, selected items from the Endeavor Air Shop will be available for your convenience. Thank you for flying with us today.
It looks like, I like this. We're coming straight in on our approach. We don't have we don't have to go to the other side of the airport on our approach. Love those. Makes it a lot easier. In other words, we don't have to make much of a turn at all between now and the time we hit our final. We're on final. We're
Endeavor 5150, can you please expedite your descent to flight level 320?
Expediting descent to flight level 320. Endeavor 5150.
I went too high. I was at 340. It was supposed to be at 320. We're going to be at around Mach 0.70. This is where I'm just trying to monitor it. So we're at about 280 knots, 282, 283, but I don't want it to go higher, and it is. And I'm adjusting my throttle now to compensate for we're overspeeding what I want to be going. All right, seems to be coming back a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. XCrafts, you knocked it out of the park. This is such a good aircraft. Right, we're about 270. Just give that just a little nudge. Subtle changes in the throttle is all you need, and it works its way out. I'll be back, guys. I got to stretch my legs. All right. All right, I walked away for a moment, stretch my legs. We're gonna see where's my speed? Has it stayed around the same? Has it been consistent? And we're at, yeah, well, okay, 250 knots. Okay. I think I'm slightly losing speed, but I'd rather be there. Okay. I'm going to set my altitude setting here down to 3,000. In preparation, even though we got a little ways to go, but
Good evening, Captain Good. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack?
I could use a Coke and a pastry.
Understood, Captain. I'll bring a Coke and a pastry to the flight deck now.
They've got a new feature built into Say Intentions where she remembers and he remembers our conversations from prior flights. I thought that was kind of cool. So that's really cool. In fact, bleeding off a little speed, so I push the throttle up just a little bit. I don't much, but just a little. Small adjustments. Let's go ahead and get our landing info. So what's the winds? Winds at our arrival are from 210 at 8 knots. And QNH is 293. We can use an estimated landing weight, or I can actually pull from Say Intentions. Not Say Intentions, I can pull from Navigraph. Let's see if it's got my anticipated.
Captain Good, we have a passenger engaging in inappropriate behavior. It started when they began making loud comments and gestures towards other passengers, causing discomfort. I am addressing the matter now and will keep you updated.
Please do.
Captain, here is your Coke and pastry.
Thank you. And
Understood, Captain. I will check on the passenger issue now.
All right.
Understood, Captain. I will check on the passenger issue now. Understood, Captain. I will check on the passenger issue now.
She wouldn't let me talk. That's all she wanted to say. Okay, that's fine. I was going to let her know I'd come back there and help if she needed something. We can take care of business. Okay. Our current weight is 44,239. 43,900, 43,800. All right, and we're going to send that information to the FMC or to our controls.
Captain Good, I checked on the passenger issue. The individual has calmed down and is currently seated. I will continue to monitor the situation closely. Captain Good, I checked on the passenger issue. The individual has calmed down and is currently seated. I will continue to monitor the situation closely. Captain Good, I checked on the passenger issue. The individual has calmed down and is currently seated. I will continue to monitor the situation closely. Thank you, Captain.
I was just trying to talk back to her. She wouldn't let me talk. It's all right. Okay. So that's just we just took a slight turn there, but we're still on track, staying on course. Now the E175, the E190 automatically descend. This one does not. I don't think it does an automatic descent. I have to initiate it because it doesn't have VNAV. We will use flight level change. Steps I'll take to start the descent is bring the aircraft to idle thrust, and then I'll lower the nose after I'm at idle thrust. And well, when I say I lower the nose, I use flight level change. That's my preference. You might like VS better, but it seems easier for me because flight level change is also working with your flight plan, and it seems to keep the speed in check a little better. Via vertical speed, you're doing everything. I don't know. It seems to work. I think XCrafts actually, one of the developers was saying that it works better that way. Just for them, it does. Maybe it's a preference. You're in the XCrafts ERJ145XR model. Excellent aircraft. It predates the ERJ series that are a lot more automated. So if you've flown the ERJ series first, if you've flown the E-Jets first, like E175 or Embraer, that 190, or it will screw you up when you go back to the this model, the 145 or the 135. It's not the same. It's not. It's a lot different. It's a good aircraft though. Really good. All right, monitor everything. We're close now. We're at about 261 knots at 320. It's let's see, where are we from top of descent? Let's pull up top of descent. I think where you find it on here is if you got a program. Is it on this page? It's on the next page. Top of climb. We're of course at top of climb. Top of descent. I don't read that completely. Let's see. What about the next page? Versus at top of descent. Fuel. Okay, here we go. Top of descent is coming up in 47.3 nautical miles, so we're almost to top of descent. I'll leave that up. I think I will. I'll leave that one up. Man, that comes in handy. That's on progress, on page 2 of your progress in the FMC. That's great information right there. That's gold. And we're currently at 260 knots. Shout out to Fly Live Studio, who that's where the banner that I have in the top comes from. It's just good information. You know, you drop by, you want to know a little information about our flight, you've got it right at your disposal there. And that is correct. So we're about 403 knots at ground speed at a heading of 236, and we're 30. Well, okay, so it's got 31,300. Well, 29902. We're on standard QNH, so it must be a little off. QNH in Raleigh is 29903, so it won't change very much. Madison, would you get our descent clearance to descend on our arrival?
Contact Washington Center on 135.275.
I'll request our descent clearance for the arrival.
Center on 135.275, Endeavour 5150. Washington Center, Endeavour 5150, requesting descent clearance for the Tackle 3 arrival into Raleigh.
Endeavour 5150, descend via Tackle 3 to 6000 CI, transition into Raleigh, altimeter 29903.
Okay, seatbelt signs are on.
Descend via Tackle 3 to 6000, CHI transition into Raleigh, altimeter 29903, Endeavour 5150.
We're cutting back to idle thrust. And I'm turning things over to flight level change. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, buenas tardes. We have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Raleigh-Durham International Airport. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, fasten your seat belts, and note that the use of lavatories is no longer permitted. And thank you for your cooperation.
All right, so we're on our descent into the Raleigh-Durham Research Triangle area. We're 184 miles outside of Raleigh. Uh, 29903 will be our QNH, and it's already our standard. We're on standard setting at the moment, 29902. And XCrafts Embraer E145XR wonderful, wonderful aircraft. And I think they still are. You'll find them in the United States, but they're not widely used anymore, especially with the Embraer, the 175, 190, and 195 series. I don't think you see them around that much. Maybe smaller carriers or people pick them up. I don't know. I mean, they cost a lot to maintain, I'm sure. Looking good. Looking good. Heading mode. I have found it looks like the best way to stream if like you just want to you know, put something out there maybe like this is OBS, and I wasn't always an OBS fan. I even have an ATEM Mini Pro, but I haven't used it for this. I thought about it. I did actually think about it, different camera angles maybe, but I didn't. Monitoring speed 228. I think they had the descent off. This maybe too early for me to be descending. I'm descending at 2,000 feet per minute. Yeah, I think we were a little overzealous. I can fix that. So if I go to a different kind of a descent, and I'm going to cut back to 1,000 feet per minute for the descent. Let's see if that helps. Two 903. QNH. All right, we're 142 miles outside of Charlotte. Not sure. I said Charlotte. I meant Raleigh. Raleigh. Addison, do a descent and takeoff, descent and approach briefing.
Here's our descent and approach briefing. We'll be arriving in Raleigh on runway 23 left using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Tackle 3 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 23 left. Weather at arrival shows winds 210 at 13 gusting 17. Visibility 10 miles. Few clouds at 8. 500 feet. Few at 18,000 feet. Broken at 25,000 feet. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. For any abnormalities, we'll communicate with ATC and execute a go-around or missed approach as needed. Squawk code remains 6355, and approach frequency will be 124.905. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Contact Norfolk approach on 125.7.
Switching to Norfolk approach on 125.7. Endeavour
Camera
5150. Norfolk approach, Endeavour 5150. Good evening, maintaining 14,000.
Endeavor 5150, Norfolk approach. Good evening, Raleigh altimeter 299er3, clear to decel transition. Expect the ILS runway 23 left approach into Raleigh.
Altimeter 299er3, cleared E-cell transition. Expecting the ILS runway 23 left approach into Raleigh. Endeavour 5150.
All right, we're 100 miles out from Raleigh. See our altitude, it's around 12,000. Missed approach, we'll reset for 1,100 feet in the event of a missed approach. Shooting for smooth and uneventful. Get a cramp out. I was about to say, a plane like this, you could get cramps. I was about to say, it's tight. It is tight. The cockpit. There's no room to do anything. All right, we're going to start slowing down.
Ladies and gentlemen, buenas tardes. We are now beginning our final approach into Raleigh. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away. ensure your seats are in their full upright position and fasten your seat belts. The weather in Raleigh is clear with a temperature of 14 degrees Celsius. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
$237 knots. Okay. We're still 92 miles out. We still probably want to inch it a little bit more. Let's see. Great view from where we are of the area. Raleigh-Durham is beautiful country. Just it's and it really is this green, lush and green. It's a very unique city. Our cities, the way it's just like the triad, Piedmont triad. You have High Point, Winston, and Greensboro, but here you have Raleigh, Durham encompasses a wide area, swath of area. Since it's the lawmakers' location, they have the nicest streets, of course. And we're 82 miles out, so it's really backed it off. Around 240 knots at 6,800 feet. Right, we're gonna probably stay at 6,000 for a bit. I think I'm tracking frame rates, and man, our frame rates, we're doing good, doing really good. All right, we're 237 knots. I'll tell you, the one thing, the difference in the ERJ, the 145 and the 135, these here, is you never can relax. You know, you can't just let it go. You just can't do it. It's not possible. I may get up a cup of coffee after this. Okay, 233, so we're still kind of sticking around there. It's good. Come on. $62 miles out. Yeah, we blew past the adder above that comes at Tockley, which is 10,000 adder above. Oops. Because we're coming in at 5,000. That's my fault. Got cocky. Sorry. No, nobody's going to care. So I got a controller that just had a fight with his wife. One thing I noticed, I don't have a whole lot of traffic I'm hearing outside of, say, Intentions, and I was wondering if, can I up that, say,
Contact Raleigh approach on 124.905.
Contacting Raleigh. Approach on 124.905. Endeavour 5150. Raleigh approach. Endeavour 5150. Good evening, descending 4500.
Endeavour 5150, Raleigh approach. Good evening, Raleigh altimeter 29903.
Altimeter 29903. Endeavour 5150.
Subtle changes with the throttle now. I'm at about trying to stay around 210, 215. When we turn from this when we get to SE cell, I'll sync my heading, and that's when I hit approach. What's happening? That's the first time we had like a little hiccup right there with the way it was operating. It's okay. Why did you do that? Okay, this is where I've just gotta keep it straight. Okay, we're 19 miles out.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
Endeavor 5150, cleared for the ILS runway 23 left approach via E-cell.
Cleared for the ILS runway 23 left approach via E-cell. Endeavor 5150.
I just want to capture. I don't think I've captured before with ERJ145. I don't think I've had a good, just like a stable capture that felt good. So this could be the first time. I don't think I could set up any better. I have everything set up. We're stable. We're at 147 knots at 3,300 feet. We've come up under the ILS, so we should be capturing. Not sure what else I could do. And I need to resync again, make sure I got, yeah. Heading set correctly. See the airport way out there.
Endeavor 5150, contact Raleigh Tower on 127.45.
Switching to Raleigh Tower on 127.45. Endeavour 5150.
There we go. We're top.
Raleigh Tower, Endeavour 5150. Good evening. Established on the ILS runway 23 left approach.
Endeavor 5150, Raleigh Tower, roger, continue approach.
All right, we should be capturing right now. It didn't. It did not.
Endeavor 5150, runway 23 left, winds 210 at 13, gusting 17, cleared to land.
Runway 23 left, cleared to land. Endeavour 5150.
It was me. I should have had it on nav mode. It was my fault. I know what happened. I should have had nav going, but I didn't. I hate chasing the glide scope because that's kind of like a no-no, but it's the only way I can get it right now. So we're gonna chase, chase, chase. Here we are, chase. All right, bring my speed down, way down.
Approaching runway 23 left.
Approaching minimums. $100, $50, $40, $50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Endeavor 5150, contact ground on 121.9er.
Switching to ground on 121.9er. Endeavour 5150.
Thank God for long runways.
Raleigh ground, Endeavour 5150. Good evening, cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
Endeavor 5150, Raleigh ground, taxi to Terminal 2 Gate D10 Romeo Juliet via Alpha 1 Alpha Echo Foxtrot Tango.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Raleigh. Did you know that Raleigh is known as the city of oaks because of the many oak trees lining its streets? Thank you for flying with Endeavor Air. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Endeavor Air. The local time is 6:54 p.m. If you have a connection, please note the following upcoming flights. Flight 123 to Atlanta, departing at 7:15 p.m. from Gate B. Flight 234 to Chicago, departing at 7:30 p.m. from Gate C. Thank you.
Contact ground on 121.9er.
Ground on 121.9er. Endeavour 5150. Raleigh ground, Endeavour 5150. Good evening. Cleared at runway 23 left. Ready to taxi to the gate.
Raleigh ground, taxi Terminal 2 Gate D10 Romeo Juliet via Alpha Echo Foxtrot.
All right, guys, I'll see y'all on some later flights. Thanks for hanging out. Let me test this out.